apology video.
The biggest sigh.
You know, I just want to say I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry for not being able to solve the case. Ooh. Yeah. Resolve.
And guess what? We aren't gonna get any little thing in the beginning either.
No. This is it.
Okay. 9:14 a.m.
You know we ain't gonna get out before 3.
Oh, the music. Hello?
Yes, because it's final. It's final. You get chills.
So, time's finally come. Today, we unravel everything. Mrs. Sato, don't be looking like that. I'll be counting on your support more than ever today, Mrs. Sato. Mrs. Sato? Ah!
Girl?
Ah!
Oh my god.
Scared her.
Startled her.
What's the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Nothing? I was just saying that I'd be relying on your support today, but... I'm so sorry. Of course, I know I can be rather incompetent at times, but... I shan't let you down. Would you mind helping me to my feet, then? Oh dear, I'm really very sorry. The girl flipped me like an omelet.
You describe it like an egg before flipping me like an omelet. Hey,
This isn't her usual self at all. That's hardly surprising, I suppose. That her father is the partner of a world-famous detective. Not to mention. Good morning, sir.
Who am I good morninging?
Oh, hi.
What's up, babe? Don't you slip in?
Lord Van Beeks.
Oh, Jesus.
He's thanking me?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Not a racist remark this time.
Oh my god.
Thank you for all your efforts yesterday.
Aww. Anything for you, Mandy.
Anything for you, baby.
Well, did I hear that correctly?
You know, he thanked you yesterday too, like...
No, this is different.
Unprompted, even.
Did you read what as well?
I did, yes, I did.
Nothing. I just... we can clear things up today. I really can't make this man out. His face says, I hate you, but his words are almost... Oh, what is that word?
Jovial.
Jovial today.
He's just...
Okay, Google. What's jovial?
Jovial? It means like happy, like free-spirited.
Kind of
like joy.
In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all. Since this all began yesterday, he's not the Reaper.
Like how he keeps saying it. Like, come on. Of course, he's not the Reaper.
This isn't the Reaper, Mr. Nato. Yes, exactly, Mr. Nato. Thank you. Thank you for saying it out loud. Like, don't say it out loud. Oh my god. Good point.
Good point. The Reaper? I suppose in hindsight, I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged. It's fine, baby, you did it for clout.
Huh?
It was my tactic acceptance of that pseudonym. Oh. My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend that led to all this.
But you're not to blame for that, Lord Van Zeeks. It's only because serious crime in the capital dropped off so sharply when the public started calling you that. That's why you didn't say anything, isn't it?
Those are the clout. To be frank, I'm not sure that was the sole reason.
What do you mean?
There was a rumor at the time that the Reaper was really the ghost of my late brother. that having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirit returned as some sort of demigod. To wield the deadly blade of justice, or I, by the dint of law, could not.
Yes, we've heard that story too.
And I lost him.
Hey!
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, there's this picture, that's him. I felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. I didn't know where to go or what to do.
Oh.
Cared about his brother so much. And so, in some small way, I wonder if perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. You're still trauma dumping over here, huh? Even if I knew it was just an illusion, just some nonsense conjured up by an over-imaginative public.
He was obviously extremely important to you. Lord Clint Van Zeeks.
Well, what's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I know that you didn't take anyone's life. Oh.
Ooh.
And I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt in court today.
I never thought I'd say this. And I can see it in your eyes, that burning desire to cut through all the lies and deception. I can't deny it any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity.
Aww! Van Zeeks! Aww. Thank you.
Now tell me, why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air? That's my perfume.
She's here. Oh, Iris! When did you get here?
Why do I detect it?
Oh.
Who is he?
There she goes. I brought you one of my special blends. Harry loves it. He says it helps him to clear his head.
Ha ha ha! I thank you.
Oh.
That's surely the first and last time I've seen a sight like this. Aw. You seem different today, Iris.
Oh?
Sort of subdued, I suppose.
I am not.
What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen that autopsy report from Dr. Sith's laboratory.
Alright then. Good luck to you both. I have to make a move now. Oh, you're not saying...
I thought you'd want to watch today's proceedings.
I'm good.
Well, I'd like to cheer you on, obviously. But I've got lots to get ready.
Get ready? For what?
Oh, yes. Would you take... Oh!
Yeah!
Would you take this?
Isn't that the little felt dolls that usually dangle from your knapsack?
We get little charms? Yes, it's a lucky charm. This, little Hurley that I made once.
A Hurley? Looks like a Harley?
Yeah, you're so funny, Renosuke.
If for some reason you, completely ran out of options in the trial today, then just pull this little Hurley's ear and hard as you can, possibly can.
What? Pull his ear?
That's right. It's a way to bring good luck. I think you might need it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, there we
If
go.
I run out of options, I pull his ear and... well... Aww.
And we'll see what happens.
You think what you'll need is luck?
Hmm.
I just sneaked a peek inside the courtroom. and it seemed very different to normal.
Uh-oh.
It's like on fire.
The freaking hellfire around the court. It's like between like all the benches and stuff where the people sit. It's just like surrounded in fire.
Looking like Hades' like little den here.
Oh my god.
Yes, it would seem.
Oh, excuse me.
As a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops.
Huh?
What does that mean?
What does? Yeah. What does that mean?
Bye.
What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris? I don't know. He was out all night and he hadn't come home by the time I left this morning. Oh, I see.
Oh, he just deuced. Okay. Was Professor Mikotoba out all night too? Do you think, Miss Susato?
Oh, of course.
Yes, it would seem so. I telegrammed the hotel this morning. And apparently they didn't come back to their rooms last night at all. Huh.
Fellas.
They? Morinosuke's like,
They.
Father and Judge Jigoku, I mean.
I'm telling you, he's at the beach getting fun of the sun.
That's right. Nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday.
Oh.
Well, this might be the very last one, huh? Counsel for the defense and defender. Court is about to be in session. Please make your way into the courtroom at once.
Seems like getting older each time you say that.
He's
Good luck
aging
then,
rapidly.
Runo. Good luck, Susie.
Yes. Thanks, Iris.
And you, Mr. Raper. I hope it goes well.
That's not a good nickname. Once again, I thank you for the delicious
took
tea. It was
some.
very soothing.
Oh.
Drink the tea.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm so glad. You must go inside. Now, Lord Van Zeeks.
Oh, okay.
I like how that was just like, Lord Van Zeeks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court. But not today. Today I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. My best friend, Kazuma Sogi, who I trust more than anyone else in the world.
Okay.
Well, now I understand what it was that drew me here to Britain all those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day. To this one trial. To this one final reckoning. Okay. Alright.
This music is gonna be popping.
Chest heavy. Oh my god.
Just heavy? Uh-oh.
Ugh. Last trial. Last 9:30 a.m. Hello? Okay, wait.
Yo,
Wait,
Kazuma.
what? Hello? Where's the... Feels even more oppressive here than it did yesterday. There are cold stares piercing like knives from all sides today. Where's the fire?
Hey, this
Mr.
is-
Naruhodo, look! What?
Eh?
Wait a minute!
There he is.
What?
Yes.
You can't be the judge!
He's the judge and the jury and the
What?
prosecutor.
There ain't no way. You kidding me?
What Strongheart?
Lord Strongheart? Okay. Kazuma must have known beforehand. Of course he did.
Alright. The ramifications of this trial now extend far beyond the murder of one Scotland Yard inspector. In fact, events have come to light that to rock the very foundations of our country's legal system. He's sent too close to the fire. There's like cinders going up his nose.
Oh no.
The escape of a condemned criminal on the night of his execution, and the subsequent unlawful shooting of the man. No pause here, it wasn't unlawful. And the revelation that prison staff must have been complicit in the jailbreak. Britain is certainly hosting influential members of the judiciary from countries all around the world. It is imperative that we uncover the truth in these proceedings to avoid international embarrassment. By royal decree, this will continue to be a closed trial. Oh, he's standing.
It's like the light behind me. Oh, wait! Oh, it's there!
There it is.
Okay! Wait a minute.
He's doing it himself. I told you he's the jury, I'm not lying.
The 6 jurors' flames just... He's gonna set fire all, of course.
I'm about to blow this bitch up. As was the case in yesterday's... I think Strongheart would be pretty good, Troy Bolton. As was the case in yesterday's proceedings, those here present in the public gallery are distinguished members of our judiciary assembled to bear witness to a fair judicial process. That seems fair. In other words, a collection of your acolytes, Lord Strongheart. Are we snapping back?
He's stepping back?
Man, if you don't shut up. On a personal note, I find this most distressing, Lord Van Zooks. You're a prosecutor of exceptional talent.
And he still is? Like...
Yeah, doesn't change anything.
Oh, wait
Much
a minute,
like
you can't...
Okay, alright.
You can't just bring him up in court.
Just randomly talk about him. Much like your brother Clint, in fact.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It sounds different.
Oh.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session.
Oh, damn, okay. Wait, is like the light gonna glow from behind him when he does the thing? I'm kind of disappointed, but okay.
I was like, what do you want him to do? For the trial of Baroque Van Zieks, who officially stands accused of murder.
I want to point something out before we go any further. Nothing's pointing to Lord Van Zieks anymore. It's something more complicated.
Well, yeah, but they don't care. They're like, Van Zieks is the Reaper.
This music be bopping.
I'm telling you, this like last trial music. Ooh,
I know the music was gonna be different. Woo!
Yeah, I had gotten chills. I was like, oh my goodness, this is really the end. Counsels for the prosecution and defense. Are you in full readiness to proceed?
No.
Cosmo says no.
The
no,
defense
actually,
is
I didn't.
ready, my lord.
Sorry, my lord. My head hurts, so...
No, I mean...
This is the prosecution. Did you say no?
I said, oh no.
Oh.
To you, okay. Please say your head.
Yesterday's proceedings. Nah, not that much. Yesterday's proceedings brought to light a shocking and disturbing fact. What happened yesterday? There was a side to the victim, Inspector Tobias Gregson, that was unbeknown to his superiors at Scotland Yard. Yes, he was carrying out operations in secret, which Scotland Yard knew nothing about. Strongheart needs to stop talking.
I'm glad they let us. I'm glad Cosmo let us know about that. At least instead of us coming in, he's just like, yeah, he's carrying stuff out. We literally find it out in court. We're like, what?
Mm-hmm. Nah, he ain't that kind of guy. No, that's what Miles would do. Edward would do that. And in those operations, he had an accomplice. Mr. Daily Vigil, who would be given the inspector's identification. And present himself around the capital in order to establish credible alibis for Gregson. Alright, I'm already going off with this. In that way, Gregson appeared to be carrying out his regular Scotland Yard work when he in fact wasn't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk a lot.
The end of yesterday's session, Mr. Vigil. You see, because the other judges are talking this, so she's like, oh my goodness. Good gracious. Like, no, this guy said a whole monologue. Mr. Vigil, who had been suffering from amnesia, regained his memory. It would appear he buried his memories of the time deep inside himself as a means of self-preservation. Because whilst he was engaged as a chief warder at Barclay Prison, he abetted the convict's escape. Mr. Vigil currently recuperating at St. Sinners. Already, huh?
It's too serious in the courtroom right now.
Right? Got these deep men speaking. He's recovered enough to give a signed statement about his movements on the day prior to the incident.
Hold on.
Maybe I won't hold on.
Anyways.
As Reno said.
And then you put it away.
He formally admitted to posing as Gregson whilst investigating the red-headed leak. Stuffs that big old thing right back in his pants.
Stop, not in the courtroom.
Which brings us to the crucial issue of the victim's harm. The defense yesterday proposed a suggestion that the victim may have been killed one day earlier. Whoa. This is based largely on the discovery that the victim's pocket watch had not been wound. The prosecution has something to report on that subject, my lord. What is this? What's this back and forth? We just can't say something. Jesus. Really? Go ahead, Prosecutor Asogi. Let's start hitting on each other. I met once again with the coroner yesterday to discuss the issue. Excuse me. He's gotta do like the Dark Souls mode. Oh. She confirmed the defense's suggestion could not be ruled out. It's telling you, right? He's gotta do that.
Yeah, it's an exclamation mark.
Nice, Aritosuke. It's entirely possible that Inspector Gregson was killed on the 31st of October, the day before his body was discovered. I have here an updated autopsy report that includes the amended details. Thank you for presenting it now and not in the middle of the cause-image. Well, the official opinion of the investigation team was made clear yesterday. Well, nobody cares, Strongheart. That time of death was 5 p.m. on the 1st of November. There are indications of an attempt to disguise the real time of death, however. It seems that the natural decaying process of the victim's body may have been slowed by keeping it chilled. That's cringe, but okay. That's out of the question. There are no refrigeration devices in that part of London large enough to accommodate a human corpse. Why are they assuming that it's in Fresno Street? It's in somewhere else. What?
My lord,
oh my
this
goodness.
is more than just a conjecture. There's evidence to support the idea. We must investigate it thoroughly.
Well, I don't want to. Very well. The court will accept the new report as evidence. However, if this updated report is deemed to be accurate, it would give renewed significance to the movement of the victim the day before the Fresno Street incident. It would, yes, especially since on that day, Inspector Gregson was using Mr. Vigil to cover up his real movements. It's conceivable that he was killed in the course of his secret activities. Do I sense that the prosecution has some information regarding these activities? Scotland Yard put an enormous amount into investigating that precise matter yesterday. I think we should begin by presenting the results of that investigation work. So, the prosecution calls its first witness now.
Gina.
Some more words for me. Thank God. All I wanted to do was to voice everyone in the court. State your name and occupation for the court.
Ah, yes, they're talking.
Inspector Gina Lestrade reporting. Representative of Scotland Yard. They are interacting.
Okay.
That was rude. The self-conferred rank, but never mind.
Be mean to her. Gina.
I hope you mean.
Again?
Oh yeah, Gina again.
Oh.
What's your problem, Otto? What's with that Gina again? Look, eh? Well?
You wearing expressions on your face, boy.
Honestly, dude says things out loud and he wears it on his face. The boss meant the world to me. He's done more for me than anyone else ever did. I mean, I kind of got you, out of a death sentence for the whole good trial, but it's fine.
Who else? Who else? Strongheart. Shut up.
Oh, Inspector Gregson, you mean? Like, literally. He got me out of the back sons of the East End and took me under his wing. How do you not know this? Taught me that life can have a purpose. So that's why I'm the best person to be standing here speaking for him.
Oh, Gina.
Right. All out of the goodness of Gregson's heart. Not at all. Not all that he had his arm twisted by Mr. Sholmes, no.
What's relevant to these proceedings is that the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations yesterday. It was revealed that the victim was carrying out some assignment the police knew nothing about. Very troubling.
That face. The Strongheart knew. Look at him.
Cosmo, nobody's yelling right now. Like, what are you doing?
So,
Inspector Lestrade, everyone's just talking.
Why are you screaming?
Let's hear exactly what it says in that report. Literally, nobody was yelling.
Oh, he's...
Coming right up, sir.
Sir.
Sir. Oh, Jesus, alright. All y'all detectives are supposed to follow orders and investigate what they're told. A little search of the boss's office turned a notebook that had a load of secret meanings in it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled goods dealings that day. It's like it was a big job and all, but the coppers weren't onto it yet. What matters most is that the witnesses saw the Reaper in that place too. You almost say Baroque Van Zieks. Or Van Zieksy.
Smuggled goods?
Those kids considered smuggled goods. I don't know, do I? I'm just telling you it was written in the book. Tobacco, tea, spices, medicines. Good of all sorts flow into London by illegal channels from across the globe. Literally, what does this have to do with the case? It's well known that they're disposed of at regular black markets that take place in the capital. But the police rarely are able to locate them in time.
So Inspector Gregson was investigating one of those black markets.
It's been suggested that high-ranking government officials may be involved in black market activity. No doubt Gregson was trying to avoid details of his investigations being leaked to the involved parties. That would explain why he was operating on his own authority without the Yard's knowledge.
And do we know where the dealings were taking place this time?
In a particular room of a certain exclusive London gentleman's club. Well, and on the day in question, the accused is known to have been there. It's you going to a gentleman's club? What's going on? That's the conclusion of Scotland Yard's investigation into the matter.
That can't be. We haven't heard anything about any of this. Oh, here he comes.
Alright. Members of the club have testified to it. Well, where are they? Bring them here. There's no question. The accused, Beroff Van Zieks, was present. That would be very significant testimony, then.
Oh my, but... Lord Van Zieks has made no mention of this at all.
Shut up, just...
In short, Lord Van Zieks had ample opportunity to murder the victim. Smug for already. It's been like 10 minutes.
We're 10 minutes into this. You don't have to be smug with me. Oh.
Oh, Yunosuke Naruhodo, you think you're so cool? Ah, very well then, counsel for the defense. Begin your cross-examination.
Rolls my eyes. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, just do what you do best.
Yeah. What does this have to do with the case? So, you follow orders, do you, Gina? Okay.
What is it? Okay. Nah, not me. I'm above all that, see?
Oh.
Okay. The boss always had special orders for me. Grab us some fish and chips and go give Toby his grub, that kind of thing.
So errands more than orders, then.
This detective is still an apprentice, after all. Yeah, well, this apprentice ain't one to sit around and wait to be told what to do, even by the boss. That's why I've been doing my own investigations into what happened. I didn't find much at first.
Very short, very short.
Yes.
So you went through Inspector Greitson's things?
Yep. As part of the independent Lestrade investigation.
I'm sure your superiors would be delighted that you're taking the initiative.
So I snuck into his office when no one else was about. Because if anyone at the yard had seen me going in there, they'd have turned me straight on the street.
This is sounding less and less like an investigation and more like something else.
The prosecution understands that it was this very detective who discovered the notebook. You got that right. Nothing gets past Inspector Lestrade and your trusty Assistant Chief Inspector Toby. We found the it in one of his desk drawers that had a false bottom. Also, he's hiding.
That's impressive.
Then I went to hide myself where no one would find me so I could have a butcher's at what was written in it. Because if anyone at the yard found me out, they'd have me turfed straight on the street. Now I've given it in now though, ain't it? And if it weren't for me, it would have never been found. She's right.
Do you have any idea where those stealings were taking place?
Yeah. It was all there in the boss's notes.
Yeah?
Let's see if I can remember. As I already said, the illegal dealings were due to take place at a gentleman's club.
Yes, I remember, but I was hoping to find out the name of the club.
That won't be necessary. Cosmo?
What?
It's conceivable that the club might be used again by the smugglers in the future. There's a closed court, what are they gonna do? Therefore, the prosecution has been asked not to reveal the name in these proceedings.
Okay.
Oh, your little fuss is about. It's right here. All I've got to do is read it out.
She just has the book on her.
Yeah. And I could too. I got all this reading game buttoned up now.
So I can read.
She can finally read. Now do it, Gina, do it. I'll show you what I can do. Go on, what's on?
The judge hasn't signaled his objection yet. I could try to find out. What should I do? Insist.
Wait and see.
This is a closed court. The proceedings aren't confidential. There shouldn't be a possibility of the information being leaked.
As I explained, there is some possibility of politicians being involved in the affair. The prosecution is rightfully exercising caution, I imagine. He's like, I guess. No, my lord, the prosecution has no objection. Did you just disobey me?
Haha, Cosmo?
There's no question that Inspector Gregson was looking into these black market dealings. However, it's not yet been established that he was on that particular trail on that day in question. The defense requires to know the club's name. Jesus. The prosecution has no intention of being obstructive.
He's just like, okay.
He just said no to me. Right then.
He's so mad.
I get to show off my reading skills.
Girl.
Alright, Gina.
Aww. And she doesn't read them.
The gross.
It's right there, though. The gross. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gross. What sort of club is that? The gross.
It's a gentleman's club, actually. I ain't got the foggiest. Clubs ain't exactly my thing. But I am kinda curious.
She's like, I'ma go.
They're not places where a foreign student like you would really be admitted.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Have you
know,
looked in the mirror recently?
Boy, you Japanese as fuck. Come on. I tell you what. Me and Chief Inspector Toby could go in undercover.
Could you, though?
I could pick out a few marks and see what I could find out while I was in there.
I really don't think you should go picking out anything. Anyways, that's where the black market deals were going to take place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gotta be. That's what the lower ranking detectives at the yard reckon.
Saying that even lower rank detectives. Huh. So how did Inspector Gregson come to find out about it in that case?
That's a question, ain't it? But I'm just an apprentice, so...
Why didn't he inform Scotland Yard of his findings?
Yeah, that's what I was asking myself, because, you know, I'm just an apprentice.
When it suits you, yes.
Anyway, the point is, something went on in the club, no question.
You can't say that for certain, though, surely.
Next.
Lord Van Seeks was at the club?
He was. Detectives who visited the club yesterday to make inquiries have confirmed it. Several members report having seen the accused being admitted to the room in question as a guest.
It looks like there's no disputing that he was there.
Well, we know that Lord Van Seeks was investigating Inspector Gregson, don't we? Perhaps he'd already discovered the Inspector's secret notebook.
Which led him to the club, you mean? Maybe. Presumably, then, there are also eyewitnesses who can testify that Gregson was there.
No.
Well,
None have been identified at this time, no. Cosmo, get it together.
the all-important victim wasn't seen at this mysterious club.
Oi! Why'd you ask Inspector Estradia, eh?
Well, that's all I've got to work with. Gina's not holding back with the ice-cold stares of hers, is she?
I really don't know what to make of all this.
Lord Van Seeks told us that he was investigating Inspector Gregson, but he never once mentioned he met the inspector the day before the incident.
You don't think Lord Van Seeks could have been lying to us, do you?
You would never lie.
That's not the only way to explain this.
Oh?
If anything, Lord Van Seeks has told us... If everything Lord Van Seeks had told us is true, then there must be a mistake in this testimony somewhere.
You mean are details we've yet to uncover?
Exactly. Clue perhaps
Evidence.
that even Gina hasn't noticed. That's what we should be looking for. Wow, okay.
This took me a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause I went through this, I'm like, I don't even know.
Obviously, like, evidence, but, like, what evidence and where? It's something you could examine, if that helps. So, like, not a picture,
Yeah.
but, like, you can touch it.
Something I can touchy, huh? Okay.
Something you can turn around. Something you can touch.
Let's see here. Turn around, so touch. Okay.
This is funny, the fact that
Nah, it's just
matters, you don't even...
can't.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
No, it's just funny how you don't, like, inspect the evidence. You just look at it.
Inspect things. Yeah. I just like, huh? Yeah. So I think I turn around. Can I turn around the wall? Nah. Huh. I know the last time we turned this around, it just had the bloody handprint, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything on here. I mean, that's the only, it's like the no suit. we talk about this? Diesel drive. Okay, straight back here. So here are the first from 10 years ago is I had a question. The most recent thing appears to be the newspaper cutting here. Oh, it's the same redhead. I think we've read this before, but it's been so long it feels.
It has been.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Nick?
So bad.
Hecky. Nick, you truly just gotta look at things. Not kidding. Just gotta look at things.
Like
Don't just read the description.
everything.
It's not the look. You will have a piece of evidence and you can turn around. That's the piece.
Turn around. This is just the ticket, though. Right.
Are you sure it's a ticket?
Okay. It's a ticket.
Are you sure it's a ticket?
Yeah, there's a boat on it.
Perhaps press X. I can't believe I have to present evidence in court.
Dang it. Ticket. The SS. Oh!
Like, but it's just a ticket. Oh,
I never did turn it around and inspect the other side, I think.
I didn't do that either.
I think I inspected the writing on one side.
Yeah.
First class
It
cabin.
took me a bit.
Yokohama departure, 11th of September. Okay, London arrival. Oh!
Yeah, that's just Eugen's passport, though.
Okay. It's just interesting because, ironically, it's the name.
Yeah, the same boat.
Huh.
Not the same boat, but the same liner, pretty much.
Right.
Actually, I do think it's the same boat. Yeah, they wouldn't name the boat the same thing, right?
I don't think so. I think there's one boat named one thing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Girl, why you munching like that? Damn.
Ah, that's the boat that Professor Mikotoba and Judge Shigoku came from Japan, isn't it? Yes, I think it's called it's called at Dunkirk on the north coast of France for a night before finally arriving in Dover. I think it's almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Bruya. It's a shame not to keep your ticket, a memento of your trip, don't you think? Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary. And I kept mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Yeah. Oh.
Is that so?
Well, not strange. Where could it have got? What? No. Are you like this on purpose, Mr. Naruhodo? Did I imagine it, or was that the comic accompanied by a light sigh? Well, it just says it's now. It just says it's a steamboat, but would they present it as different evidence?
Depends where. Yeah.
They said it's a gentleman's club, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a boat.
No.
It's a boat.
It's a boot.
It's a boot. I was like, the only thing I haven't turned around was like this card in like ages, like in the beginning of like freaking 2-4.
Right? And I saw you going through just like not even like looking at the evidence, you were just passing by and like, oh no. Girl, you gotta touch it with your 2 hands.
Gotta touch it.
You gotta touch it. Can't be lazy.
Marinoska also is like, I've read about the clubs here.
I know all about gentlemen's clubs because I want to go to one.
Cosmo, you coming?
Cosmo doesn't go to gentlemen's clubs. The only gentleman club he wants to go to is Rinosuke's house.
I've read about those clubs that exist here in Britain. As I understand, they're places where what-to-do gentlemen socialize with friends and colleagues.
Don't imagine for a moment that a foreign student like you would be admitted.
Shut up!
Are you,
oh my god.
Cosmo, what's wrong with you?
Cosmo, if you don't let me speak and shut the fuck up, I'm going to kill you.
Stop embarrassing me.
Seriously, is your mirror cracked or something?
Yeah. Cosmo's never looked at a mirror, so I just look at his hair.
For sure that the contraband dealings were definitely happening in the club called The Gross.
The police are currently looking for evidence, but haven't found anything definitive yet.
Okay, but Cosmo, why'd you call it a club? You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
He doesn't.
And I'm sorry to say
stupid.
that they probably won't.
What do you mean by that?
What are you saying?
That's cringy.
The place Inspector Gregson was secretly going to visit on the 31st of October may not have been a gentleman's club at all.
You're showing a very reverent attitude towards our country's police force there, Counsel.
Okay.
Student Hart. If it wasn't a gentleman's club, then what was it? It's a knife.
A steamship.
You think it's a ship?
I have the evidence to prove it. Here! Let me see
Throws
that.
at him. Let me see that. Give me that. This dark-suited man is not the least bit untrustworthy.
Turn it around! Why do this?
Turn it around, but I...
The other side, my lord. He's right. He is right.
Be more specific next time.
He is right. He got mad. He's like, man, you look stupid.
You look stupid for everybody. Not me. This would appear to be a ticket for a passage upon a steamship, yes. The SS Gross. God, you're so silly, Rinosuke Naruhodo. So there's a steamship named the Grouse that just happens to share a name with the club.
Okay.
But I'm afraid to say, there's a flaw in your logic there.
How?
Tell me how. Look at this ticket. Notice the date of arrival in port. The ship arrived at the port of Denver on the 1st of November.
I did see that date, yes.
The day on which the sound like a gunshot was heard on Fresno Street. Well, Cosmo, quite frankly, that's none of your business. In other words, on the day in question here, 31st of October, when the victim was on his mission,
Yeah.
that ship hadn't yet docked on British shores. Natsuki about to scream so loud right now. That would certainly make an undercover investigation somewhat challenging.
The fact that the ship hadn't yet reached Britain substantiates the defense's assertion that the witness little bitch.
Substantiate this.
That the victim was investigating the SS Grush. Is it Grush or Grosh or
Grouse?
Grouse?
You
Grouse.
say the exact opposite twice. Say however you wish to say that. Ghoul.
Gross.
Gross.
Grass. On the day in question.
Yes. Then show your evidence for that assertion.
Very well.
Dang! I wouldn't expect that, huh? And that his house of defense was any evidence to the court now. Evidence that substantiates your claim that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on the 31st of October. Yep. Go ahead.
Let's go through all the evidence. I don't know where anything is anymore.
Ain't no grapefruiting in the courtroom.
What's this? That's his passport, right? To leave?
Yep, that is his passport.
Well, it says 31st October.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Yep.
I have a passport.
What's this? A passport issued to the victim?
Don't start reading the back of it now.
What does it say? Do you like who I am?
He had nothing to say.
31st of October. What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that just one day before the inspector's body was discovered, there's a distinct possibility he wasn't even in the country.
Oh!
Like, all the way leaned, like, freaking pushed back by that.
Right.
Nobody was talking!
Order, order. I just want to hear myself talk.
Yeah.
This document is for the passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized.
The day before the SS Grush arrived at Dover. I stopped. My brain stopped for a second there. It docked at the northern coast of France for the night.
According to my father, who was on board at the port of Durkin.
Dunkirk. Jesus.
Gross.
Gross. See? Dunkirk, France.
It's grouse! It's grouse!
Gross.
Grouse!
Gross. Gross.
Grouse. Gotcha. Grouse.
Gross.
Who could possibly have taken the victim there?
Gross. Gross. Gross.
It got
Gross.
quiet. Somebody. Stop!
Gross.
Enoch.
Enoch. Oh, of course. I'm impressed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
I wish you could actually hear the laugh.
You are such a baddie.
I wish you would just like laugh. I can hear it. Like I can. That's all I ask for, you know.
I certainly didn't expect
Wait,
you to get your hands on that passport. Jesus.
What do you mean get my hands on the passport? You didn't expect me to.
You don't want to get your hands on me?
You mean you knew about this? Cosmo? Why do you know so much about this case?
My bad. I don't know what you're talking about. The prosecution strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office.
I thought you said clown.
The Clown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealings at London Club. That's the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations and the line the prosecution has been asked to follow. But, personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecutor's office is trying to hide something.
What?
Enoch.
And now that you've expertly disproven their assertion, I intend to reveal what I believe something to be. What are you playing at, Prosecutor Sogi?
Oh boy, you gotta watch out for him. He's a menace.
This is a little cringe, you're acting like a wild card. The courtroom is the forum for the truth, my lord. Which is why it's my duty to present all the facts without exception. Let me guess. This was your intention from the outset, wasn't it? We're about to start fighting. Can I please get a waffle? The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. Here we go.
The Reaper? Yeah.
Order. What on earth are you saying, Counsel? Oh, I said. The prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday.
Yeah, that was you.
Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand.
But, in reality, the truth is the opposite of that.
He keeps saying what, so...
What? Chicken butt.
Yeah.
Inspector Gregson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper.
So, you're saying the mission he was undertaking was...
Obviously, an assassination. Barak van Zieks never carried out any of the actual killings. Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast-iron alibi. Which tells us that he must have had an accomplice. And you claim that was Inspector Gregson? Hold it. What the hell do you think you're saying, eh?
Oh?
Girl? Itchy double hockey sticks. My boss had never done nothing like that. And yet when you consider all the facts, it all makes perfect sense. No, it can't be.
We also arrived at the same conclusion, didn't we? That Inspector Gregson was operating as the Reaper. Even so, there's no way that the person giving him his orders was Lord Van
I have not been modding at all.
Not the true Reaper is somebody else. Barak Van Zieks is not the Reaper.
A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man.
And even if it's true that Gregson was operating as the agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Grouse. There you go.
Grouse?
Grouse. On an assassination mission doesn't follow at all.
Oh, you have some solid reason for doubting the assertion, do you, Counsel? It's cute.
Absolutely. It's very simple. Mundane question. Nobody was killed aboard the steamship.
We said it!
You did. President Kodama and Judge Ichigoku were on that very ship. If someone had been assassinated, I'm certain he would have heard about it. Yes?
What? You laugh?
You're so funny.
Cosma openly laughs at him so often.
That's really sus. Why are you laughing?
It's so funny, huh?
Yeah, well, it's funny.
You are right, of course. No suspicious deaths were reported on board the ship. But I think perhaps you've missed the point. That's precisely why Inspector Gregson himself lost his life.
Wait, you're saying he died on the boat?
Can you elaborate that, baby?
Are you saying he died on the ship?
Wait, oh my god.
Oh my god. And somebody moved the body from the ship into a room? Like, is that what's going on here?
That's so many steps, Cosmo. Are you good? Gregson did aboard the SS Gross that night with the intention of dispatching his mark. But his mission ended in failure.
Are these assumptions, or are you just like, do you know something? Like, what's happening? Failure?
He's just assuming. It seems that the defense hasn't yet grasped a very important detail here.
What are you talking about? What detail?
Inspector Gina Lestrade. What? The victim's notebook that you read an excerpt from earlier. That doesn't contain details of secret investigations at all.
Wait, how you know?
Cosmo,
what's going on?
It describes 10 years of assassination plots to be carried out by the Reaper of the Bailey.
How do you know this?
Just a hunch. You're lying. Even if all them bludgers got taken out at it coming, the boss weren't the Reaper.
Poor Gina.
There's no question that Tobias Gregson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. He may just be an apprentice, but if he spent any time at Scotland Yard, he must have heard rumors. I heard nothing, and I don't believe a word of it. There he goes. There he goes, just bullying.
He sure is.
I'll testify again as a representative of Scotland Yard. Consider it your chance to defend your boss. I don't... I concur. That'd be pretty funny. The witness will get a new formal testimony. Mr. Strati will tell the court everything you know about Inspector Gregson's secret notebook. His dream journal. Mr. Electric, take her to the office and get it killed. Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to in the past 10 years. Names of victims, dates, and places and stuff. The last entry there was 31st of October. It said grouse for the place on the date, and then the name of the mark. There was a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something.
Oh.
But honest, the boss didn't do none of it. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all. Oh, Gina.
Gina! Cosmo, you made her cry! Oh my god, I'll never forgive him.
Wow, you're crying? That's pretty funny. Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here.
Heartless.
Honestly.
That must be so hard for her.
You can't deny it now, surely. Urinosuke Naruhodo.
What can't I deny?
My government name? The notebook contained the name of the final mark and the location where the assassination would take place. That's information that the victim only could have known if he was working with the Reaper. Ah! Oh, who was to be this final mark? Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the grouse on 31st of October. How do you read this then?
Reading's not her strong suit.
Right, the problem, right, Otto? It's a funny name. It ain't English.
Uh-oh.
It's hard to read.
It's not English, huh? What? If it's someone from overseas? Oh, sorry, so it's...
Not even bash at it. That she say ish iro? Is it? Yeah,
Say
Shiro.
Shiro? What
Well,
the
well,
heck?
well.
Oh, Chico?
Yeah, G-O-Q. Maybe?
Uh-oh. What? It can't be. Seishiro Jigoku. But that's Judge Jigoku.
Sure is, baby. So Shiro Jigoku. Certainly not an English name, you're right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But that can't be right. I know Judge Jigoku, and I saw him the day before yesterday, here in London.
Okay, but you didn't see him yesterday or today.
So I know for a fact that the man hasn't been assassinated.
No, skill, that could happen in 2 days. As I said, the Reaper failed. Gregson missed his chance to kill his mark and return to British shores. But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate that mistake. So he killed the inspector. Personally. The Reaper, of course, being the accused, Barak Van Zieks.
I guess.
I know Van Zieks standing there being like, I didn't do any of that. I don't know what he's talking about. It's an undeniably logical argument.
Is it?
It makes total sense.
You planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you? Oh.
Ooh.
I've never heard a hold it from that man.
Alright, he's holding. What's up, babe?
Oh, wait a minute! Oh!
You know they let him have his wine at court. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollow chalice was I stand accused of murder.
Hello?
I'm telling you, Van Zieks is probably the funniest character in the Ace Attorney
That's
series.
so funny. He's like, hold on, I'm gonna make the biggest scene right now. Hold on.
You know he had someone fill his wine for him.
Wow,
the accused
he
has no
mad?
right to speak uninvited in court. You will return to the dock. You just upset because you ain't got no wine, Kazuma. I say nothing of whether or not I'm the Reaper. That's the task for this court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. Oh, here we go. That girl is no detective. Okay. Well. No, that's right. I'm an inspector. repeating rumors heard around the yard, reading entries from the notebook of an unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony. It's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly the way as planned. Get him. Murder him. Kazuma about to jump over that bench and get him. Can I please get a waffle?
Can I please get a waffle?
Your hatred of me is understandable. Kazuma looks at this guy. He sees red, honestly. In your mind, I'm sure I am the Reaper who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago.
Cosmo's seeing red right now. That's what's happening.
I'm telling you, look at him.
Look at him. Look at him.
But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself.
What does that? What does that? What does that mean?
Well, by attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony. What did you say? I'm telling you, he's about to jump. He's about to jump and get him.
This is our chance. My lord, the defense
Becky,
requests
can you draw Kazuma
that the
hitting
defendant
Nancy?
be allowed to speak. Wait, can I do what?
Can you draw Kazuma absolutely just hitting Manzeeks?
Hitting him?
Yeah, big old punch. Sucker punch.
Oh my god. He may be privy to... Does that say privy?
Yeah.
To important information related to the testimony just given by the witness. Okay.
Very well. I'll make an exception and grant the request.
And
The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination.
Okay.
And then allow me to toast the court's impartiality. Who is filling these hollow chalices for you?
That's so rude.
Sweetheart, don't be upset.
Oh my god.
She's giving you a cheers. Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir. Guys are gonna be like, my bad. That was a bit of offensive animation immediately.
Okay, Leonosuke, you got this, baby.
At once, my lord.
I guess if Van Zig's giving his input, you just gotta go across the line. Go backwards. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, backwards.
Yeah, backwards. Start to there, though, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't really. All the tear in her eyes when she moved her hat to that section. You saw it?
That's sad.
Aw,
Oh, Gino.
yeah. What do you mean a criminal? Judge Shigoku is no criminal.
You don't ask me. I don't know nothing about it. Can I see Manzing's real quick?
Do you remember what father told us? Judge Shigoku did once appear in the court here in Britain. It was related to the professor case, I'm sure. Yes, of course, you're right.
Oh, Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. Oh god, that sounded too much like Chris John. I'm not gonna read it anymore.
Stop!
That's very Chris John of me. Forgive me.
He also says he contentious words about the British Empire, for which he was charged.
That doesn't make him a criminal, though. Oh.
You don't. Oh, it was a pitiful situation, yes. Oh yeah, you were there. I'd forgotten all about it. But I prosecuted that trial too, as it happens. Oh, we know.
You did?
What? Ryunosuke, you knew that. It was considered to be an adjunct to the professor proceedings, you see. but he was acquitted after being told to make reparation for the damage caused to the stand.
Right, he split that in half.
Sure did. Whoa, Cosmo. And there you have it.
What? We have what? What do we have? What did I do? What did I do?
Have what? Like, literally, have what? Surely the accused hasn't forgotten his own rule.
What?
Cosmo, I don't know anything. That there's no saving anyone who faces the Reaper in court. Guilty or innocent alike.
You still believing this? You dummy?
We got Gino, we got Soseki-san, Magilda was murdered by somebody else completely different. I'm like, come on, Cosmo. You are so silly. You're acting so silly right now.
No! Are you suggesting that the recent Judge Jigoku was targeted for assassination?
The man was sent back to Japan immediately after that trial.
Ah, now he going about the freaking...
The Reaper had no time to do his work. But then, 10 years later, the mark returns to Britain once more. Perhaps now you start to see just how vindictive the Reaper is. I don't see anything.
Come on, that's absurd. To take someone's life for that?
Isn't the whole premise of the Reaper absurd, killing those who have been found innocent? Clearly the rules by which the man operates are beyond a sane person's comprehension.
Huh?
Look who's talking, Kazuma. I'm definitely mentally ill, Osogi. Anyway.
And you're saying that the mark listed was Seishiro Jigoku?
That's what it said. Funny name if you ask me. Can I see Vince's, please? No, I thought your name was odd. He's sleeping.
He is, actually.
It's too bright in here, so he's trying to regain his energy.
So pleased to have lost my crown here.
Mr. Jigoku is the presiding judge of Japan's Supreme Court of Judicature. I remember the man. He came to our country as a visiting student 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Studying international law and diplomacy under your tutelage, Lord Strongheart. Gina? The bearded young fellow was a very able man, I must say.
So Lord Strongheart was Judge Jigoku's mentor. Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, he returned to Japan 10 years ago now.
You said this, yes?
Yep, literally. We all talked about this.
10 years ago, after that fateful case.
10 years ago. Precisely. In the aftermath of the Professor case, his operation was organized immediately. It's a mystery why such a man would be listed in the inspector's notebook. I think it was possible, but the mood in it has got even worse now. Maybe I'll just keep talking. Alright.
In other words, it shows that Gregson was basically acting as the Reaper.
Not you and all. That ain't the only explanation, is it? He could have been investigating the Reaper in secret. And that notebook said what you found out. If I may. When originally people began referring to me as the Reaper, I didn't object. I believe the power to intimidate London's criminal classes into compliance with the law to be beneficial.
But you carried out your own investigations into the true identity of the Reaper, didn't you?
Clout? Yes. And those investigations proved conclusively that Gregson was one arm of the Reaper. One arm? What are you on about?
The Reaper's that's not...
Oh yeah? The Reaper's victims are all extremely shrewd criminals at the top of their game. There's simply no way one person could have taken them on alone. The Reaper is an organization. Oh, Cosmo. With you, editor? I had spies at the yard keeping me abreast of Gregson's movements, letting me know when he was elsewhere. Though I'd be able to check the most recent entry in his book, I knew the location.
You knew it said, gross?
Mm-hmm. Actually, Becky, this is how you say it. I'm not gonna repeat it again. Believing it to be a reference to the Gentleman's Club, I went there on the day in question to investigate. Alone.
Ah, so that explains why several members of the club claim to have seen you there.
Oh, but of course. Because I was dead. Oh. But of course the inspector was not there. Never mind. I lied. Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship deck on the northern coast of France. As shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk.
How do you know it's found in the trunk?
Intuition.
How do you know that was in the trunk?
I'm telling you, it's intuition.
Is he spying on me?
He's got a little drone.
Wait a minute. He shouldn't know that's in the... He shouldn't know that's in the trunk.
He has a drone following Naruhodo.
Yeah.
Very
Anyways.
well. Back to your testimony about the contents of the notebook. Cosmo, you're bad. Oh, fine.
Mr. Naruhodo? You seemed a little shocked at something a moment ago.
Well, Susato.
No, it's alright. I'm overthinking this, aren't I? No. If you're thinking what I was just thinking... yeah. I was like, what? How do you know that?
Literally. You shouldn't have known that.
Huh.
Did you press hold?
I didn't press the one where she was crying, but...
Okay. I missed you doing that first one then. I thought that was the second one.
I did this one first.
Mm-hmm.
I did this one. I don't know if I did this one. Hold on.
I think you did.
Wait, I don't think I did this one. I don't know. Now I'm gonna press it. Let me put it. Bless. Names of victims, dates, places. Oh, I didn't do this.
Okay.
What in particular? I was like, she had the same animation for the second one and third one, so I didn't see it.
Well, besides the victim's names, this other name kept cropping up.
What other name was that?
Well, you know Renosuke. That's the one I told you yesterday. Same name, written over and over again.
You mean... Asashin?
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 I thought it was Asashin because, you know...
A friend?
Assassin. No, we're not friends, Gina. Yeah, that's the one. She's a friend of yours or something? She. Now she tried to have me block her from
Were
murder.
you listening yesterday? Uh-oh.
Assassin.
There, he said it though. There.
Assassin, he said
Remember
it.
when you asked me? You're like, what does it sound like? I was like,
Assassin. Well,
Yes?
like, the killer, you mean? Yes, girl. Gregson was the tactician, the one who came up with the plan of attack. He investigated the marks thoroughly, finding out when they'd be vulnerable, and who to use to get at them. But the person actually executing his plans was someone else, you're saying? If that's true, then the Reaper does indeed start to sound like an organized group of vigilantes.
Then perhaps what I'd said on the passport, what it said on the passport document, permission from the applicant and one additional person to travel, could that additional person have been...
Renosuke, you know she's dead. Clearly the assassin who was meant to take Toshiro Jigoku's life. Oh.
Gina, can you confirm that against the final entry that listed Gross and Seishiro Jigoku? What name was written?
Oh, well, that's the only entry that didn't have a name next to it, as it happens. Oh, of course.
Ah.
It just added a question mark or something there, I think. In other words, Gregson himself didn't know the identity of the assassin in that case. But Gregson was the one making the plans, was he not?
Oh, how infuriating! A nameless assassin? Wait, what's happening?
Assassin's Creed. What? Right, I've had just about enough of this.
You know, I'm thinking something.
What are you thinking? Tell me. Let me hear it. Becky, what are you thinking?
Nah, I'm still thinking, but let's keep going. Nah, I'm still thinking
I want to know.
No, I'm still thinking. I'm not done with my processing yet.
Okay. All this nonsense about the boss plan to kill people. It's cobblers. Come on, Otto.
Yes. I said.
Why didn't you say nothing? Oh, Gina. What? Why aren't you yelling out objection to some
Hey, hold on a second. I'm about to stand
Gina,
still
I
right now.
just put my thinking cap on. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, Gina, hold on. I still have to think of this.
You gotta find a flaw. You do usually. Someone's eyeing it. No question. You gotta work out who it is. Please. The boss. Social distancing. That outburst was an insult to the court and to your own testimony.
Oh my god.
You are heartless, Stromheart.
Oh my god.
I might have known that a common pickpocket from the back slums couldn't make a detective.
Stop! Stop
What the
it!
You're awful. When this trial is over,
No!
you'll forfeit your warrant card, Mr. Strahd. Is that clear?
Excuse me?
I'm telling you, he's awful. This is... I've had it with a lot of you. It's lies every bleating place you look in the world, innit? Well, I've had enough.
Gina? So have I. After that little speech of Gina's, I've had it, I've made up my mind.
He just leaves.
Do what, Mr. Naruhodo? There was one point in that cross-examination when something that was said just did not sit with me. One statement that seemed odd. Oh, do you mean... I'm not going to let Gina's plea for help fall on deaf ears. What the one statement, damn it.
Oh. Should press that, maybe. Right?
Which one? The last one?
That last one, yeah, is different.
Oh, it is!
Woo.
I didn't notice, because I was, like, upset about what you said to Gina. I want to thank you, Gina. You helped me find my resolve.
Ryunosuke, the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruto.
Shut up.
What
Stop
do you
it
mean?
right now. Hold on.
Someone calls me to shut up.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Amongst everything you've heard during the cross-examination, there's one thing that defies explanation. One inconsistency.
What? Inconsistency.
Everybody's like, what? What?
Really, Otto?
I don't quite know what it means yet, but... Yes, there's an inconsistency in something that was said by... Well...
Oh, Becky.
You
Tell me what you were thinking.
Okay. Alright. Okay. There's no way Kazuma is not in cahoots with all this happening, because his name was on that telegram, right? How did he know that there was a passport in that metal box of Gregson's?
Mm-hmm.
Alright? How did he know that? Because we're the only ones that ever saw that box, right?
That's true, it's just three of us. Susato, Ryunosuke, and Gina.
Right. And so now he said, in the box. I was like, what do you mean, in the box? How did you know that? And even when I picked up on it, and then when Naruhodo, when Naruhodo reacted to that, and I was like, oh! Okay, so I was like, wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah.
I said, how do you know that? I'm like, and he knows, he's been knowing things, like, just out of nowhere, off the bat. And he's like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, how do you know all this? I'm like, of course you're kind of close to, like, Strongheart, and I don't trust him, and there's some stuff going on there, so, but I'm just like, you're not telling truths here, you're a liar. You're a liar.
I can't believe it. Like, very
I have to out him. I'm so sorry about this. By you, Kazuma Asogi.
This is the one time that you're presenting Kazuma works. Me? Is this some attempt at filibustering, Gonzo?
Are you
filibuster this, man?
Filibuster these nuts.
Filibuster these nuts. Yo, Strong, have you ever heard of Bofa? Prosecutor Sogi was given no testament.
What does that mean? Hold on, I saw you say that earlier.
Bofa?
Yeah.
Becky, you know what Bofa is?
No.
Both of these nuts. How am I gonna get you with these every single time? I don't get it. I thought you knew. My lord, your honor, please end this trial. It's over.
I can't. My brain's not working. Please, I just used all my brain power to put together that freaking Kazuma just said something that, like, was just, like, really very, very big inconsistency. And I'm just like, how did you know that? And, like, I used all my brain power there, thinking. Right? Okay?
Uh-huh. But I mean, the fact that I said it earlier today, too, you didn't pick it up.
I saw it in the mess. I'm like, what is this? I said, what
You
is
even
Bofa?
asked.
I saw it on my phone. I was at work.
What is
Forgot
Bofa?
about it. Yeah, I was like,
What are you
Bofa? What you talking
suggesting that I said was inconsistent?
Mm.
It's just when Vicky gets absolutely blasted by Bofa.
about? He did let something slip. Mm-hmm.
Up dog?
Up dog?
Up dog?
What's up, dog?
Not but you,
You let something slip with what you that you shouldn't have. I presented the relevant piece of evidence. Relevant. Right. Relevant. I had it right. I imagine you'd realize what you've done. Let me speak.
Very well then, Counsel. Go ahead. Shoot your shot.
Thank you.
What evidence reveals that this alleged inconsistency in something prosecutors will you say? Well...
Unless I presented the wrong thing, you know? Wait! I thought, because I presented the passport, he's like, no, he talked about it in the briefing.
Yeah, he said it was inside of the truck, Becky. I'm sorry. Still, my initial impressions are correct. This is nonsense.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You fucking stupid. You accused your best friend and back it up with that?
Okay, don't make me feel bad about it.
Clearly. For Ryunosuke Naruhodo I knew was dead?
Stop it, don't say that! Actually, no! Struck down by my best friend.
I believe what you intended to point out, Mr. Haru, was when Kazuma said...
Hold on, Susato?
Susato, I know what it is, I just presented the wrong
Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern as shown by the passport.
There it is, okay. Yes, that's exactly it. I'll take it from
especially not going to let this go.
You're right, I made a mistake, that's all.
What
I'm sorry.
Suggesting I said was inconsistent.
My bad.
Kazumi, let these nuts slip out of your mouth.
My bad.
Nah, you good, you good.
This is the trunk that belongs to Inspector Gregson.
The metal construction it's certainly very heavy. Oh, what's this? What's this? A bloodstain, and a relatively fresh one too. Well, you mean that Aunt Grace from the boss's fish and chips? There you go. That's what she thought.
What said too.
Fresh blood on the inspector's trunk. That suggests that the victim was traveling with that luggage when he was killed. That can't be. There was no mention of any trunk in Scotland Yard's reports. Well, Stonghar?
Somebody took it.
Hey, freaking Beppo.
Yes, there's a reason for that. That's a cute reaction from him. Look at him.
Yeah, I love him.
A meal after the inspector's buy was discovered, one of the street peddlers made off with the trunk, hoping to sell it.
But I found it. Me, with me nose for trouble. Good job, Gina.
Nice job, Gina. Which means that nobody should have known anything about the trunk. Unless, of course, you're talking about somebody who was present when the victim was killed.
Oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright. And yet, during the cross-examination of the witness just now, you said this, Kazuma.
Oh, Lord.
Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship decked on a roller coaster for us.
How do you know that, yeah?
I saw by the passport found in the victim's trunk.
He should have just left it as shown by the passport. But no. He's like,
Well,
in the victim's metal trunk. And I was like...
just trying to show off his brains.
So the question is, how did you know about the inspector's trunk? It's gonna come up with some ludicrous, dumb answer. They're like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
He's like, I had a hunch. I saw a picture of it. You know the man went on a trip to France.
Here he comes.
Where else would he have put his passport? But a metal trunk, Kazuma? He could have said trunk.
Hold up, shut
his
up,
luggage,
shut up,
even.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna tell him shut up. That's so mean. But you knew it was a metal trunk! Answer me honestly, Kazuma. On the 31st of October, where exactly were you? And where were you?
At the port of Dunkirk on board the SS Grouse. Kazuma, hello?
Cosmo, you on the boat? Hey, Cosmo, are you there? Okay, but why?
Is that the answer you're looking for, Ryunosuke?
Why are you so smug about it, Cosmo? What did you... Oh my god. Why is he so smug about it? I hadn't considered this possibility before, but if Cosmo was there on the ship, then it can only have been for one purpose.
Oh no, Mr. Naruhodo. Surely you don't think...
He just laughs about it!
You're laughing? Come on, Ryunosuke. You know the rules. The only thing that really talks in the courtroom is hard evidence.
Okay.
As I understand it, Inspector Gregson always took that case with him when he traveled.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
Uh-oh, Becky, what's up?
Occurred to me. So there's a piece of metal stuck in the freaking case, right? There's a big gash on the side of the case, right? It's metal too. What's strong enough to cut metal? Something else that's even stronger.
That is an interesting little observation.
We'll see where this takes us.
As it stands, you've proved nothing.
Hey, so if Cosma and Van Zeeks were both aboard there, right? They're both aboard that ship?
Van Zeeks is not on the ship. He's on a different gentleman's club called that.
Oh, okay.
That's why people were saying, oh, we saw Van Zeeks there, but nobody said they saw Gregson there.
Ah, got you.
I got you.
Cosmo, are you challenging me to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt? Are you challenging?
Challenging me?
Challenging me? That you were there that day in the same place as the inspector?
He was there with Gregson.
Everybody's like, what? There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret the trunk can tell us. Can't be sure at this point. I need to verify it. But I have a nasty feeling that I'm going to be right. I mean, we already observed the trunk, and I have a...
The accusation being made is deeply disturbing, but nonetheless, we must test it.
Okay.
The defense identified the court and where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found.
It's the only other thing that I was staring at.
Where the evidence are ties Soki to Gregson?
I have to open the case. But they're gonna talk. Oh, one. Well, I hate to say it. I really hate to say it.
Do you remember when I showed you that tweet I made on my private and I was like, this can't be?
Is this it?
This is it. I was just like, oh, I have a bad feeling about this. And I was like, no, it's not.
It's gonna
now you know.
be. I saw a knife, but then I was just like, okay, somebody like tried to like cut him and he pulled the box in front of him or something. I don't know. But then when Cosmo was just like in the trunk, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, the fact that Kazuma knew is like, alright.
Did you pick up on that too?
The second he said like, oh, it's in the trunk, I was like, how did he know that?
Small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk there, like the tip of a blade. Did you break freaking Kaduma?
A blade?
He broke Kaduma's tip.
Oh, snap, just the tip.
Slung around your waist at every... Wait. Cosma, slung around your waist as every... Why can't I read? As ever today, I can't read, is the, esteemed blade Karuma. Yes?
That is Kaduma. Of course it is.
That's a good... I like this.
He's cute. He looks confused.
Yeah, he does. Won't you draw it here in this courtroom for all of us to see?
Yeah, let me
No?
see it. Let's see Karuma. Come on. Fuck, yeah, do it. Come on.
Show it. Pull it out. Let's go. I'm waiting.
You're being weird, Naruhodo. Ish. Exercise
Uh-oh.
caution, my learned friend.
Don't Well,
Antiques, do you want in on this too? That man is the son of London's most notorious killer.
so we're just gonna say
that's a-
he's also a killer?
That's
Hey,
a low
hold on
blow.
a second. Wait a minute.
Dark Kazuma real?
Uh-oh.
Bailiff, what the fuck? Watch prosecute Asoki like a hawk.
He's gonna cut the hole.
That won't be necessary.
No.
There it is.
Oh! Oh no! Kazuma, no, tell me it ain't so. The tip is broken. Everybody's like,
Nani?
Kazuma, no! If the fragment of metal from the trunk fits together with the end of the sword, the question of whom was there with Inspector Gregson will be answered. Kazuma, tell me it ain't so. Agreed? Kazuma Asogi?
Expertly done, Ryunosuke. That's a point to you, and well deserved.
He's like praising me in the courtroom.
Alright? Hey, you figured
Even
out all
from the
this.
prosecutor's side.
Do you mean to tell the court, Prosecutor Asogi? Yes. On 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk.
You went with him?
That other person.
What the heck? Yeah, I was like, he's gonna take G. No. He took
Plus
freaking
one, baby.
Kazuma. But why? What were you all?
In order to carry out a mission.
What? What was the
Samurai
mission?
with a mission.
What mission was it? So the additional person authorized to travel. This is not something I expected. At
Right?
all.
Was me.
What? What was the mission?
was? Tell me what the mission is? The assassination of the Mark.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not surprised because his name was on the telegram with other people that were kind of like in this organization. But at the same time, it's just like, Kazuma,
Kazuma, you wouldn't do this, would
you
you?
wouldn't kill somebody, would you? Like your father?
Following Daddy's footsteps.
You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from the notebook? Yeah, the question mark? That's also a thing I was just like, if Kazuma was like the math apprentice, what if he's also like the questionable killer?
Well,
You were following the Reaper's orders to dispatch, Judge Jigoku? Was he going to... Oh,
let me make one thing perfectly clear.
I'll let him speak.
I have killed no one.
Okay.
Explain. I don't get it. Literally makes no sense to me. I accepted the assassination mission, yes. And I accompanied Gregson to Dunkirk. But I never had any intention of carrying out the plan.
Okay. You were never going to do it?
We can believe you, Kazuma-sama, I'm sure. After
Is that
all,
so?
Judge Shigoku arrived safely in London the following day.
You haven't seen him since, though. On the 31st, I boarded a train from London with Inspector Gregson. We traveled to Dover, from where we crossed the Channel to Dunkirk. Then we boarded the SS Grouse and made for the cabin deck, as indicated in the plan.
You went to Judge Shigoku's cabin?
Exactly. He wasn't there, though. We decided to wait, but
But you've already told us you had no intention of going through with it anyway.
I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life. So I left Gregson and disembarked the ship.
Okay.
Still done by himself.
Okay. But that doesn't explain why the tip of your sword is broken. Not bad.
I think it explains it plenty.
Hmm.
I spent that night at a boarding house in the town and managed to return to England the following morning.
Okay. A boarding house in Dunkirk?
My signature will be on the register book. It will be simple enough to verify. Then, what became of Jigoku? Gregson was no assassin, so the mark was spared. I'm sure it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that.
Enlighten me.
That Kazuma?
No.
Speaking?
It is Kazuma speaking.
I know that's not his silhouette.
That's not his silhouette. What's wrong? No, it isn't speaking. I forgot
Jesus.
dark on yellow doesn't.
Yeah, like, no. No. Gregson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission. He met with the Reaper in that room on Fresno Street to report the failure. You're looking considerably unaddressed here, causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger. Bro, Kazuma, we just proved
Kazuma!
that there was no gun, like, ended his wretched agent's life.
Vera
That is
doesn't
so
know how to
silly.
hold a gun. Don't you know this?
He does it. He just had trigger discipline. That's the real truth behind Inspector Gregson's murder.
Okay,
Mr.
that's you
Gadget.
did not. What? But you didn't explain why half of your sword is in the box. You kind of brushed over that.
That's
kinda
literally
what-
none of your business.
I can't. Go.
But if you did nothing, as you claim,
Yeah.
how
thank
did
you.
the tip of your sword come to be lodged in the inspector's trunk?
That's literally why we were like.
It
It's
got
what we
stuck. What do you
presented.
want from me?
What?
Like, oh shit, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't need to
Don't need
answer this?
that. Kazuma, you're crazy.
No, he wasn't.
The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade isn't relevant to the case.
What?
And accordingly, I chose to exercise my right to silence on that matter. Okay, my boy pleading the fifth over here.
Happy the fifth.
I'll plead the fifth. Oh, Venzeeks. Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence.
For
Give me
taking
that.
Karuma?
As you wish, my lord.
Ah, we took us art.
Stole it. We must take immediate action now. To verify whether Jigoku's Seshiro remains in
Yeah,
harm.
where the heck is he?
He's just chilling.
But what remains unharmed?
I agree. That should be our first priority.
He's trying to like literally.
Hmm.
So we're just gonna like unsheath it. Yeah. Karuma, the Great Blade. It's such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze on it for hours.
Inosuke, hello?
Yeah, no skanking. You know, let's do this.
You should have been staring at Kazuma.
Yeah. It is a beautiful sword, yes, but it's just also, it's just like, huh.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. And just the little tip of the blade is just slightly. The tip of the great sword broken. It's such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. And look what happened. One boy got rowdy, messed it up.
Even then, Kazuma took very good care of it till like that happened. Like,
right.
what's going on?
Yeah, that. Also, if you think about that, that's that's also like a form of like he's changed. Like he wouldn't let this happen, right? You know. So
You know
it's
what
like,
else? Kazuma's favorite quote to say is, "A Japanese katana is his soul," right? It's
his
a man's
soul broke.
Kazuma's changed.
His soul, bro. That kind of hurts to think of it as that too. Yeah, it's his soul, like his soul cracked. Well, it broke. It kind of broke there.
Like, broke off a little bit. It's true,
I can
Kazuma will
almost
not
hear-
let this happen.
Oh
Kazuma sobs. Oh.
no! That hurts, man. And she has nothing to say. Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen. Yeah, and I think a swing in anger, you know?
The classic, girl boss thing I had to do.
Yeah.
Kazuma do be good.
It's a good sword and he broke it.
Yeah. So beautiful.
That hurts. That hurts. Even like she didn't have anything to say about that, because she knows that he's changed.
Yeah.
She's like-
Now he always took such good care of that sword, because even then he was so happy that Ryunosuke bought it to Britain with him. Like, oh my god, you gave this back to me. He even thanked him. He was so happy to get Kazuma back, and yet. It's recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday.
How did you? Yeah.
I just know. When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise.
Yeah, but still, how did you know?
Don't worry about it.
You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jigoku may have been killed?
I wonder who did it. The Reaper has more than one assassin at his disposal.
Yeah. I also like how, Kazuma also said, like, I have a right not to talk about how, like, I broke Kazuma. Because maybe he's ashamed of it. Of what that happened there, too.
Probably. The fact that it's just... Because he would never let that happen. Freaking post-trauma Kazuma would have literally never let that happen. That's the last thing he has of, like, his father, like... And he has the power and influence to give orders from the inside of a prison cell. Isn't that right, Lord Van Zieks?
He's so adamant on, like, wanting to prove that Lord Van Zieks is, like, the Reaper.
Who's giving you that wine? If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you. Oh, okay. Slay.
Slay.
Order in the court. We will take an emergency recess for 30 minutes.
He's like, oh god, a lot has happened. Now?
Oh, Jesus, this drama.
I have to pee.
Guests of the symposium have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. I want to take a snack break, and I bought these delicious graham crackers with me. If the man can't be...
Let me eat.
Animal crackers with some water? Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the
That's the
water
frickin'...
like Jigoku had.
You know, Strongheart drinks like Evian.
Nah, he ain't got the Dasani.
That does. Oh my god.
Salty.
He got that like small, like the tiny little Dasani bottles. If the man can't be located within half an hour, we will have to assume the worst.
Oh no, not Judge Jigoku.
No one would want to kill a harmless Japanese man who only just arrived in the country. Except that is
The Reaper?
Stop! Oh my god, he's annoying.
the Reaper wanting to finish off a mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago. Yeah, Zeke's is still the Reaper, though. I would have to agree. Mr. Naruto, for the defense's sake,
My lord?
I sincerely hope we are successful. If we're unable to confirm Mr. Jigoku's healthy existence in the next 30 minutes, you will face grave difficulties. Court is adjourned for 30 minutes.
And in 30 minutes only, because this man watches time like a hawk.
Exactly. He might be late if somebody distracts him.
Hey! Why
Why is
is
Kazuma
Kaz
here?
not here?
He's gonna go cry in the bathroom.
Assassin. I feel as though I'm in a nightmare. I can hardly believe it either, but on the other hand, Cosmo isn't in the habit of making up stories.
Isn't or is? It isn't?
Isn't.
Okay.
That means he wouldn't lie.
I have such a terrible sense of foreboding. If something awful has happened to Judge Jigoku, then I feel as though things will only spiral further and further out of control. Felt it from the moment I stepped into the courthouse this morning. That strange sensation that we were careering towards a foregone conclusion. Well, in the worst case, we might only have 30 minutes left. Unfortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we can do but wait now. We're out of options. Actually, there may be one last thing we can play. Or rather, one last year.
Of course! I didn't examine that. That's the thing I did not examine.
You didn't.
The little Mr. Sholmes style that Iris gave us.
Excuse me.
If for some reason Kofi went out to the court today, you just pull on the soul Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Harry's ear or not?
I'm good.
Leave it!
I'm
Sasaki's
good.
gonna be like, are you sure? Like,
Mr. Naruto, we don't have any options left.
I can examine it. No, actually, yeah, I can examine it real quick, actually. Ah, he's so cute!
He's so cute.
Oh, look at him, look at him.
Oh, panty shot.
Yep.
What a charming little rabbity version of Mr. Sholmes. Do you suppose this is how Iris sees him?
Yeah.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Your eyes are vertically boring into the poor doll's ears. Oh, sorry, I was just wondering. What do you suppose would happen if we were to tug its ears with all its might right now? I'm sure that it'll find out when the time is right. To become a proper gentleman, you really must learn stoic patience.
But I wanna
He
know!
wanna pull He wants to pull him so bad.
Oh, look how cute! I
Love
love
him.
it.
He'll walk shows.
Oh yeah, I know.
Good luck, Mr. Naruto. No looking back. Heave!
Why are you pulling it like that?
Oh!
Ow!
Screams out of like,
Wait, what happened?
He said,
Mr.
ooh.
Sholmes? Where are you? Oh, let's see this.
Here, my dear fellow, here.
What the heck? It felt... It's the Feltdell talking.
Pull the ear again, Mr. Naruto. As hard as you can.
Alright then. I'll pull all my strength into it. Heave!
Oh, what?
Wait, he's on board the ship?
Well, please,
What?
my dear fellows, you don't need to pull my ear off.
I know this room. I know this room.
You know the room, huh?
Mr. Sholmes, where are you?
Myself and my trusty partner. are presently in the first-class cabin area of the SS Grouse.
The SS Grouse?
Ryunosuke radioing in. She left over last night after the final pieces of cargo were loaded.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. We are currently docked at Dunkirk, but due to the underway again in half an hour.
You've taken a ship to France?
What are you gonna do? Please, even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the Straits of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cab to the station and by train to the port. In order to board this vessel in time.
They're always like 5 steps ahead, apparently. So, you mean you've already worked it out? That the steamship was where everything really took place?
Mr. Naruhodo, pray, what is my name?
Sherlock Sholmes, world-famous great detective.
Recited to perfection. Well done.
You're a genius, Mr. Sholmes. That's the only word for it.
Ow, ow, ow! Miss Usato, gently with the genius's ear, please.
Oh my, I'm very so sorry.
Or ever so sorry. If I may, Sholmes?
This is, bar none, my favorite part of the game. Not lying.
This is?
Literally not kidding. This is my favorite part of the game.
Oh, did we get to play on their side?
Yeah, there you are, Mikotoba.
Wait! We get to play! Aww! You may remember that it was, in fact, I who made the connection of the SS Gross. At Scotland Yard yesterday, when we examined the notebook and I recalled my steamship ticket.
God, of course it was, my dear fellow. And not once did I controvert that fact. I merely had our court-bound companions utter my name. You've taken all the credit for it,
Yes, you did, didn't you? You've just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes from now.
And we're unable to present with new leads then, I'm afraid to say.
Do not fret, please, for it is precisely that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I have no doubt that we shall welcome news for you within the half hour.
We only got, yeah, thank you.
We got like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That would be wonderful.
Until later, then.
Yes. We'll be hearing from us if you're not in touch first.
God, stop pulling it. I shan't be hearing anything from you if you keep tugging my ear in that mindless fashion.
Whatever was the idea behind the receiver operated away in the first place, Sholmes?
The deuce would I know? It's Iris' invention, not mine.
God, I love that innovation of his.
Fellers.
Interesting, yeah. So we're just gonna play on their end. Whilst I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Sholmes, we have but half that now before the Grouse puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigation rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples. Oh my goodness.
That's too far.
Long. Yeah, that is.
All times, Mikotoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. Thanks, babe. So, let us begin.
Are you kidding me?
You already know, baby.
There's something written on his arm. First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one.
Oh, I forgot to point out that the little thing on his sailor outfit's fishes.
Where?
On his sailor outfit, they're fishes.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Yeah, they're fish. In the second trial in the first game, the second chapter in the first game, he had one. It was a blue. It was one little fish.
This hand has 2 fishes.
You got 2 fishes.
I don't believe an investigation of Cab is going to be plain sailing. That's like his brother over there. Gosh. Crewman staying in front of the door is an angry looking fellow. Oh. What? Is this another Russian?
Of course he's a Russian, look at him.
Why are you loitering here? Who are you?
My dear fellow, do you not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? The question really ought to be, who are you?
Do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor? Oh shoot. Chicken Stroganoff when you see?
It's chicken stroganoff.
Is that Sholmes written on his arm?
I'm such a huge fan, man.
Oh, is it written on his arm or tattooed on there? God.
I mean,
world traveling great sailor to chicken. What is that? To chicken?
it's just chicken. It's literally just chicken. The T is silent.
Oh, chicken stroganoff when you see.
You got beef stroganoff and
detective.
chicken.
Oh, I see. Ha! I don't think so. Well.
You about to punch him. Do you see that, Mikotoba? It would appear that man is a devoted follower of mine.
Why would you put that where everyone could see?
Sorry about it.
Goodness me! Is this a tattoo that says Sholmes? Did you write it yourself?
I must say, whilst adoration is flattering naturally, it does seem a bit cold.
What are you talking about? Leave, now!
How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. Oh, that is a new one. Sister19lol.online. And yet I already know a good deal about you, sir.
You have a...
You have a brother, I believe.
Oh yeah, see? It was a sibling.
And like yourself, he's a shipman.
Aww.
Apparently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact.
Are they like twins?
Got him.
How did you know this?
Elementary, my dear Mikotoba.
I'm sure it was. 3 days ago, I was bound from London aboard the ship, you see. We're looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jigoku.
Oh?
There was no one on this name on... There's no one with this name on aboard. But we know that he was purchased a ticket for passage. He's looking around sus. You mean Eastern Man? He left ship 2 hours ago. Here at Dunkirk, he said something about emergency, I think. What? Are you sure? So Shishiro's released them. We're after him. Why is he running? Oh my god.
Sus.
Why is he running sus?
His cabin is the one behind you. We would like to investigate, please.
No! I have photos not to let even mouse inside.
Hikotoba, be a good man and draw the sailor's attention away, would you?
What?
Make up some excuse so that he leaves the area.
You can hear us saying this.
You want me to do it?
Don't great detectives see? That even sailors have ears, both left and right.
Well...
Sholmes, I don't...
Curses! The plan is ruined!
And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Sholmes. Forget it, cabin door is locked. Now, if I am not here, you cannot get inside. Now they gotta climb through somewhere. Alright.
Mikotoba. I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you?
Well, don't say it out loud. Opening a lock.
Within a mere 5 seconds. If you'd be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, old friend, in your typically accommodating manner.
How could I refuse such a typical unappealing request, old friend?
God.
So I
It's
need
time
to
for
distract
banter.
this burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I?
Good man. So, the game is afoot.
What the heck?
Here we go.
Oh my god. Well, maybe I want to save this part.
I was gonna say you probably should. I really like this part. Leave it to a fresher day, perhaps?
What a turn of events. That, you know.
Right?
Woo-wee.
Never thought Kazu would be part of this.
Right, right?
Kazuma.
Kazuma.
Yeah, someone.
Investigating.
So many saves! A lot more saves
my
for
God.
resolve, though.
Because a lot of things were popping off and resolved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright. Yeah, that's a good stopping point there. Ah! And then Cosmo's not giving us answers. Crazy. And then he broke his soul! And he's not himself. That's not the Cosmo that we know. Mm-hmm.